Tonight is January 19th, and this is Session 6 of the second adventure of our D&D campaign, Dungeons and Drogons. During our last session, Sorrow caught up with the rest of the Drogons, and after a quick breather, the group returned to the Blood Reaver lair to loot the slavers' belongings and scare their leader into jumping to his death off a 15-foot balcony. After being berated by Winterhaven innkeeper Salvana Rofton, they learned that a duergar named Merkelmore Grimmerzool purchased the Winterhaven slaves, and so the Drogons set off back to the Seven-Pillared Hall to follow this new lead. At the hall, the Drogons encountered a dragonborn named Massimo the Holy, Archon of Arathis, a religious fanatic and war veteran who came to the Seven-Pillared Hall to wage war against gnolls, duergar, drow, and any other evil humanoid races, but has been unable to rally any heroes to his cause. He tells the Drogons a drow named Gendar may know where to find Merkelmore's fortress, but admonishes that they should under no circumstance consort with the drow. The Drogons agree to meet up with Massimo tomorrow, then immediately seek out Gendar. Gendar agrees to draw out a map to the Grimmerzool fortress, known as the Horned Hold, on the condition that the Drogons retrieve an ancient skull scepter found within. The Drogons get a good night's rest, eat a hearty breakfast, and make ready to meet up with Massimo and sack the Horned Hold. Alright, so this is our first live recorded session, so bear with us through the technical difficulties, and we'd like to thank you guys for hanging in there. We have a special guest star tonight. Jen will be reprising her role as Salvana Rofton, the Winterhaven innkeeper. You see, since I can't do female voices, I've hired a professional voice actress. That's just how much I care about my players.
Also costs us $15 an hour. When you think about it, $15 an hour is fairly cheap.
Well, it's minimum wage, isn't it?
No, there's no way minimum wage is $15 an hour.
Yeah, minimum wage.
Oh wait, yeah, it's 10, isn't it?
$9.40 or something, isn't it?
I think it depends on the country, doesn't it?
10 maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I'm doing pretty alright then.
Alright, so we're running a virtual tabletop application known as MapTool. Fantastic little utility here. We've switched to the screen now, so you should be able to see the character tokens. Let's just mouse over. We have Sorrow here. You can see our health, AC, etc. Coltane, Wintier, and Rect over there. So you're going to see our dice rolls in this chat box right here. And this right here is a map of the Seven-Pillared Hall. Not made by Wizards of the Coast, but by someone on Flickr. I regret that I do not recall the name, but I will definitely give him credit. This is a fantastic and beautiful map. Alright guys, so you just finished resting up. You're getting ready to head out to meet Massimo, correct?
That is correct.
Yep.
So all still in agreement with this plan? You head off to do that now?
Indeed. I presume so, considering I wasn't there last time.
Yep.
Alright, you see this bridge I'm pointing at right here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Last time you met up with Massimo, it was around... Whoops. I seem to have lost the ability to point, but it was basically to the east of that bridge. Yes. More where Wumpix is pointing. Certainly not where Doug is pointing.
No.
So as you guys are approaching that bridge, you notice Brug is there. Do you guys remember who Brug is? Oh, come on. Someone's got to remember who Brug is.
I don't think I was here when we met Brug.
Is he the guy I put in the temple?
He is not, no. To defend Nick, that's correct. Nick was not there. Maybe that'll jog your memories a little more. I mean, just think of the name, Brug. Who's gonna have a name like Brug?
The, what do you call it? The guard? Is that it? The big guard. The guy who, took the money from
Yeah. So by big guard, Dave means the ogre.
I thought it was
ringing some bells?
like half a second. I was like,
This guy.
yeah.
Right, so the one who was
See? My toy
collecting
wisdom.
protection money at the Half Moon Inn, basically. One of the enforcers, right? Ringing bells now.
Yeah, he was the guy that we wanted to beat
Yep.
his face in, but we realized that we couldn't.
Because he's the law, and
Rather
he
we
was with
shouldn't.
that, you know, big important guy who's in charge of this whole place. Right?
Yeah, the guy with the 10-foot tall Minotaur statue
There you go.
living thing, right?
Alright, so now that we all remember who Brug is,
Also,
So Brug is standing there?
Brug is in fact doing more than standing there. He seems to be having a, shall we say, heated conversation with what appears to be a poor beggar. Someone basically dressed in rags, looks completely disheveled, and as you near, you can hear the conversation. Brug shouts, "You have to pay the toll to cross the bridge!" But I don't have any coin! The toll! You have to pay the toll! But I have nothing to give you! So, Brug looks the beggar up and down and says, "Your clothes! Give them to me!" My clothes? But what will I wear?
that is just wrong.
At this point, Brug just starts starts pretty much foaming at the mouth. Doesn't start stripping him, but you can no longer make out any intelligible words as he's just going, the dollar, the dollar, the dollar, the dollar, dollar. So you guys are now, you've reached the bridge. That's assuming you haven't first stopped and walked away from this display.
Nope, still going.
Alright, well they're kind of holding up the way. You know, Brug pretty much takes up the entire room on the bridge.
Alright, so, Coltane calls out to him and says, Brug, calm down. What's the toll? Maybe I can pay it for this poor man.
The toll is 2 copper!
He told his name?
Yes, Rendell told you his name, otherwise I wouldn't be telling you his name.
Okay. I was just checking.
Alright, so Coltane pulls out 2 copper pieces and passes them over to Brug and says, There you are, now let the poor guy pass.
Brug grudgingly accepts the coins and lets you all go. The beggar kindly thanks you, then scampers off, furtively glancing backward at Brug and holding onto his clothing.
Man, Coltane wonders out loud, is there anybody normal in this town?
After cricket sound, I presume you move on?
Oh yeah, I mean, after helping out some poor beggar, it's not like Coltane's gonna spend any time thinking about it. We'll just keep going.
What's up, guys?
Oh, hey, John. Bit late to the party.
Yeah, well, I gotta make an entrance.
Yeah, you missed it, man. We dropped the ring into the volcano and destroyed the...
Oh man, did I miss the eagles? I really
Yeah,
want to
totally
see
the
them.
Eagles, yeah. Nice
Arnold,
shortcut.
you also
Schwarzenegger
missed the
was there.
trap.
Arnold who? What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? Alright, so you folks now meet up with Massimo, who you see waiting for you. Pacing back and forth.
He's really ugly.
And just as you are approaching Massimo, Winter can't help but notice an elf seems to be stalking you guys, following up behind you. And Jen, why don't you describe this elf to us?
Well, this elf looks about 5'8" and maybe about 150 pounds, with moss green hair and striking green eyes. She has a tattoo of a black feather on her neck, although it's not very visible, behind her right ear. And she wears robes that she received from the order that has... Well, okay, she received... Sorry. She's wearing robes that have the image of a great raven with its wings spread. And, yeah, she's holding 2 weapons, one small hand axe in the left hand and a rather large battle axe in her right hand.
So Winter leans into Coltane and he whispers to him, "Don't look now, Coltane, but there's been an elf following us. She's about 5'8", 150 pounds.
Okay.
Has what looks to be a black feather tattoo behind her right ear, and robes that she received from the order of, well, no, she has robes that have the image of a great raven with the
Winter clearly rolled a 20 on his spot check.
She has a small hand axe and a large battle axe. I think she might be my cousin.
Coltain just says, "Wait, what? An elf?" And he turns around and stares. Oh, you're right!
Oh, and then Rec turns and stares as well.
Can we help you?
I'm here to see Massimo.
Oh, you know Massimo as well, do you? Interesting.
Dragonborn's got all the girls.
I've thought about your request for help, and I've changed my mind. I've decided to join you.
Massimo narrows his eyes. Why the sudden change of heart?
Well, I thought about it, and it's not often that you get such an important quest.
So Massimo turns to look at everyone. Drogon's the elf who... Has she introduced herself? I don't believe so. And says, "Then the league is set and the game is on."
So she's coming with us then. Well, looks like she knows how to handle an axe, or two apparently. I'm fine with that.
I'm glad you approve, Coltain.
Well, and may I ask your name, elf?
My name is Nima Ranis.
Coltain
You may
raises an
call-
eyebrow.
Sorry, you may call me Nima.
He whispers to Winter, "What was your cousin's name again?"
It was...
Are you serious?
Sorry, what was that? It was...
Viewers, what was her name?
It was Nina.
I just remember it had something to do with Nidoran.
Alright, well. I don't suppose you've ever heard the name Winter before. He's not your cousin, perchance?
Cousin? I don't think I have a cousin.
Alright, well, I'm glad that's settled. I keep trying to tell him that we killed her, but he doesn't believe me. He's not much of a sport, really. So as you know, my name's Coltain. This short guy over here is Wrecked Hill Crusher. The scary-looking horned lady is Sorrow. She likes to burn people, so be careful. And the other elf is Winter. He does something useful, I just don't remember what.
I've heard a lot about you, Sorrow.
Of course you have, who hasn't?
A friend of mine says you're quite the hero.
Oh god, who?
I'm friends with Salvana, the barkeep of Winterhaven.
Oh, Salvana, that's her name.